On this episode of ImmortaTech Solutions, we're going to be working on a Dell Inspiron Mini, regrettably.
Hey Michael, what's the job today?
The job today is to see, because I know everybody has had one of these Intel Atom laptops, which are like very low power budget laptops that were very popular maybe about 10-15 years ago. So Someone else has this in their closet. I know they do. I got this one in original packaging and with manuals and everything, which I'll show you guys, which is pretty cool. And it was actually a T-Mobile sold computer, interesting enough. I didn't know T-Mobile sold computers.
Interesting.
But, yeah, so basically these were very low power. They call them like netbooks. Basically just basic web browsing and things like that. So a lot of people probably still have these, and they don't want to throw them away because they put money into them, and they're trying to see, wow, mine's in such good condition too, especially this one. What do I do with it? What can I do with it in 2025? So let's give you a brief tour of what we got going on here. So you can see it's an Inspiron Mini.
Cool.
Intel Atom's very, like a single core, or in English, a very weak processor. So as you can see here, I don't know if you're getting that on camera or not. So it's Obsidian Black, and it has a 10-inch display, so it's tiny. Intel Atom processor with only 1 gig of memory and 160 gig hard drive. And it had Windows 7 Starter, which was a very low edition of Windows 7. Almost like S mode of Windows 10, if you know what that is. If not, it's very low edition that doesn't let you do much. No upgrade path, basically. That's it.
Right.
These were disposable machines, I guess you'd call. At least that's my understanding of them.
Right.
So let's open it up and take a look, shall we?
Sure.
So under here we got a pretty nice machine. It's actually pretty clean. Looks all original. A little bit yellowed from years, but overall not bad. This was donated to the channel a while back.
Oh, cool.
We're just finally getting to it with episode 2.
Nice.
So you see here, it's a very clean, nice laptop. I'd like to find a use for it. So with the T-Mobile designation, I believe this might have actually had a SIM card. I know it's got SD, it's got 2 USB ports, VGA, and Ethernet, another USB port, and then a microphone and a headphone or aux port, which is more ports than even your modern MacBook has. But let's not get into that. So you got a little tiny trackpad, which is about, with my big hands, it's like not even. I mean, this thing is like a little toy, you know, but it's still good for basic tasks. So what I'm going to try to do is make it run the latest operating system that I can with its limited specs. I'm going to say Windows 10, let's make a guess, or Windows 8. And then from there, well, first we're going to power it on and see what it does. But after that, we're going to see what can we do with it. What can we make it do? So I have a few tricks up my sleeve here. So unfortunately, it only came with the power cable, not the charger. So I'll be using a universal charger in this video. But we do have a setup guide, which basically discusses how to set it up. Fascinating.
Cool.
And then we also have warranty. I am the warranty. Then T-Mobile Web Connect. Wow.
Nice.
I'd never heard of that before. That's probably not a thing anymore. And then terms and conditions. And a warranty. Okay, great. So now we got that out of the way. So I got my universal charger right here. I know, conveniently waiting there. So this is a 90-watt one off Amazon. It's called Zozo. It's got a very unique name to it. But yes, we're going to get this working today. So we're going to power this on and see what it does. I haven't turned it on in a very long time, if ever.
Cool.
So if I could actually get this in, that'd be good. There we go. The cheap charger's not fitting together. I wonder why, Matt. Alright, so we're going to plug it into the super long power strip over here. And don't mind the other projects we got going on here. Sneak peek, we're working on a gateway here.
Nice.
We're building that back together, 90s computer, so you'll see that shortly.
Very nice. Foreshadowing some future jobs there.
Yep. So I'm just going to get, and sorry for the mess back there, but this is a workshop.
Oh, absolutely.
So, now I'm just going to get my microfiber and just clean this thing off a bit so I don't get any nasty diseases from it. So just make sure it's nice and clean.
Very nice. Cleanliness, very important.
Yeah, and plus we want to make it look nice for the camera, right?
Absolutely.
So, just get a nice quick wipe down. And obviously all refurbished devices from here don't get such a quick wipe down, they get more thorough cleaning. But this thing was actually pretty clean to begin with, so I don't think it got much use. There's not any wear on it. These laptops really didn't get much use to begin with due to how weak they were.
Right.
Ooh, that sounded good. Did you hear that? Hinges sound like... Oh. The hinges are in great shape. Oh, okay, maybe it just got stuck. Behave. Okay. Let's see what it does. Oh, battery light's flashing. It's probably dead battery because it's so old. Let's see what it does.
You see that
It's working. You getting that?
Yeah, I was gonna see where's that battery light at, but
Right there.
oh, right there. Okay, she's flashing. Okay,
It's showing it's got a faulty battery.
very nice.
When batteries sit for a long time and they're bad, cannot be identified. That's fine. Can we just go forward? Will it boot? Oh, pardon that noise. That's my cats running around. Oh. Well, that doesn't look good.
What kind of screen is that?
It's a 10-inch display. Oh, it's got Linux Mint on it.
Oh,
I think I might have installed that at some point.
surprise, surprise.
It always surprises me. But we're going to upgrade this thing. So.
Actually, the glare, I couldn't see the logo on there because of the glare,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
Well, no worries. I'll show you in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's running Linux Mint, which runs great on this, to be fair. So that's one option. But if you're not used to Linux, I'm definitely going to want to give you a Windows option here. So I have a little trick up my sleeve here. I have a few flash drives, if you couldn't tell. From my years of doing computer repairs.
How many flash drives you got there?
25, 30 probably, if I had to
Wow.
guess. Yeah, it's good, 5 pounds. You want to film that? Show the camera.
Wow. That is heavy duty, man.
And while I'm stalling, it showed up, Linux Mint. So obviously we want to make this faster, because nobody wants to sit here for 10 minutes waiting for this to load. So I think we're going to ditch the 160 gig hard drive. So if you come follow me over here.
Okay.
Yeah, now turn this over. So we have our nice selection of drives. So let's pick one at random. Just Team Group 256, that's a little big. Just something simple that will work good with this. So let's try to find something that's smaller but will work. So I have some old Intel drives here, 60 gigs. It's good enough for this computer. Oh, and there's Linux Mint. Linux Mint will work, but I want it for somebody at home, our home users here, that aren't familiar with Linux, which is a alternative to the Apple operating system of Mac OS.
Very nice.
Or Windows. So can you see that right there?
Yeah.
So there is Linux Mint. It's very user friendly. It actually acts a little bit like Windows. I mean, if you look at it, it's snappy, even with the original, nothing having to be replaced here.
Right.
But I want to give you a budget alternative. So these drives, 60 gig drives, I think the minimum for Windows 10 is what, 24 gigs? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So 60 gigs for this, just to do some basic document typing, it's good enough. So and these are very cheap. You can go on eBay or your local computer recyclers and get these for cheap. My computer recycler is actually trying to get rid of them because they have no use for them.
Right.
But in my vintage computers, 60 gig drive is a lot better than a 3 gigabyte drive, such as in the Gateway you saw there.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree.
So as I run out of hard drives, that will be the new alternative, solid state drives.
Right.
Of low capacity that can be obtained at a cost. Okay, so now that we're looking here, I'm going to shut this down real quick. It's pretty snappy, but I'm going to show you guys a full teardown of this today. So I got my iFixit screwdriver, not sponsored, of course. But hey, if they're listening, sponsor. But yeah, I like the screwdriver because it comes with replacement bits. I had another screwdriver and I would lose the Phillips bit and I'd be done every time, which is unfortunate. So we're going to determine how to take this thing apart now. So took the battery out. That's your first safety step you should always do. And next we're going to determine how to open this. So usually with every customer laptop, I always examine the best point of entry. So first I think we're going to take out all the screws. So I have my nice little screw tray right here. You want to make sure to account for the size of it. And with the HP Intel Atom laptops, the whole back would just come off with one switch. Oh, and I noticed something. There's the SIM card slot for the T-Mobile. I think it still has something in it.
Oh, cool.
I'll be damned, it does. I haven't seen a SIM card like that ever. Look how big that thing is.
See that? Put that in front of the lens here.
That's a big SIM card.
Wait.
That's like a thumbnail. The size like over like that's like the size of a finger.
Wow.
SIM cards are usually tiny, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I'll leave that with the laptop.
That is very interesting.
And once we get this laptop working, I'll no longer need it, so we'll put it on the eBay store. Link in bio.
Cool.
Or in the video description as well. We also have a link tree, but
Sure.
you'll get all that. Don't worry. So we'll just, if you want to come a little closer here, you get to see, if you want to come like right over here, you come see our nice setup here. We're just going to undo all the screws. And obviously the longer screws go to the back, so that's one thing you want to keep in mind. Alright. So we're just going to take all of our screws out the bottom here. And there's your Windows 7 starter key if anybody wants a free key for some reason. At bare minimum, I think we can give it Windows 7, but I think we can probably get to Windows 10. Windows 10 is pretty easy on requirements. There we go, get that out. Get all the little screws out of our way. There we go. They're all falling into place now. One more. Give it 1 second. It's getting a little stubborn. And let me just get my little. I know I'm going to need it, so normally these are used for cell phones, but I like to use these. These are pry tools. So
you got pry tools over there?
Yes, they call them spudgers. This is a really thin one for flexible metal.
Oh, very nice.
You want to be careful when you use them because you can mar the plastic that's on the cases of these computers.
Right.
Especially budget computers. Let me do it this way so you can see. So now I'm just going to lightly work it along the edge. You'll hear little clicks.
What's your definition of a budget computer? You mean like a used computer, or?
No, because the computers I sell aren't really budget computers. They're there's a big difference. Great question. So, a budget computer is one that was built with cost in mind from the manufacturer standpoint. The ones I sell are for a budget, but they were not built on a budget.
Right.
They were built like as business grade laptops or good quality laptops.
Right, right.
So now you see, actually, I'm going to remove the keyboard first.
Oh, wow, cool, nice.
Oh, and I don't even have to, for the upgrade, I don't even have to fully take it apart. Huh. I guess we'll put those screws back in then. So, Dell, when they wanted you to be able to work on things, nowadays you got to take the whole computer apart. But back then, you just take the keyboard out and you're done. Which we could show you in a future video. If
wow, like how do you have such knowledge like that, like from these like older machines, man? Wow.
Practice, practice, practice. The word I like the least.
Well, that's
so there's
why
our keyboard. You see, there's not even any wear on it. It's very good condition.
That's why you got your own YouTube channel, buddy.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna put a little pull tab here, and then from there,
very cool.
We have one screw holding the hard drive in.
Nice.
Just unscrew that a bit more, and this should just pop out. Give it a second. Get a little stuck in there. Now this is overheating. We can take this apart further because there's some screws in here as well. This is your memory access door. I'll open that just to show you.
Right.
And then we can go back to taking the hard drive out. Yes, there's your memory. You only get one stick of 1 gig. I don't even know what the upgrades are for this system. We could see before we close it. Make it a little bit better for the next user of this system.
Right.
This is nice if you want to just like bring it with you, type a document up, copy it off a USB. You know, simple stuff.
Yeah.
That's all it was really intended for back then. Maybe some web browsing, but not for many years, obviously, because it would have outdated itself pretty quickly.
Right.
So this thing's getting a little stuck. We'll just persuade it. There we go. And in here, we actually do have a solid-state drive already. Okay.
Huh.
So I must have been here before. So yeah, this is also a Intel SSD. So you can see there, it just goes in this little hard drive caddy. Alright, so that'll definitely be a good speed improvement, but with this system, you're lucky if you could even get it to run Windows. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to push it to its limit.
Nice.
So let's put this thing back together now. So you're going to watch these little tiny clips, and you're going to feed the keyboard connector in. Oh, before I do that, let me put this screw back in. But yeah, so these cheap solid-state drives, especially the Intel Pro solid-state drives that they don't make anymore, are a great budget option because of their speed. But personally, whenever I do customer repairs, I always recommend the Samsung drives because of their great speed at a good price.
Interesting.
So yeah, now I'm just gonna. Sometimes you just gotta figure out what's the most comfortable way to do it. You see that little white line there? That's how you line up the connector. There's a little white line on the connector right there.
Here, let me just zoom in real quick.
On the ribbon cable. You're gonna use that to line up what you're doing.
See that? Oh, cool. Oh yeah,
Yep.
see that? Yeah.
So from there, we're just gonna. I'm sorry you guys can't see, but I'm just gonna put it on there for a second. So let me just get my screwdriver. I'm just gonna lightly push out the clip here, just so it doesn't fall back in and then make it impossible for us to. Okay, so now that that's pushed back in, we'll just push our keyboard down. Okay, and put our screws back in the bottom. Yeah, the only thing wrong with this so far is that the clip's clicking a little bit, but yeah. Pretty simple fix. Upgrade your drive to a new solid state drive. And you maybe, hey, so Matt, do you know what solid state drive is?
Yeah, man. You know, it's been a while since I've been in school, man. I guess you could remind me.
Oh, sure. So it's basically not like a hard drive in the fact that there's no mechanical parts.
Right.
Like those old TVs, they're solid state, no moving parts.
Right.
Solid, not moving.
Oh, man. I like how you put that. That makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Right.
So
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we put all screws back together, put the battery back in, which doesn't work anyway, but it's just for aesthetic purposes at this point.
Yeah, so I'll actually remember that solid state drive instead of that spinning wheel of death on the inside.
Isn't that what they called the Hitachi Desk Stars, Death Stars?
Something like that. I don't know, but I've seen a lot of them, you know.
People complain because they die, but in reality, if you check it constantly, eventually you'll know when it's starting to fail.
Right.
One downside to these is when they fail more rapidly.
Right.
Because it's a chip on a board and it fails.
Right.
Usually electronic components either are working or they're not. It's not like a mechanical thing where, oh, your brakes in your car are starting to wear down.
Yeah.
No, it's like your engine control module. It just,
Yeah.
you know, it's like your electronic parts of your car. It just, so we're going to put this back in.
All right.
1 second. As you can tell, I haven't owned one of these before, so bear with me here. Oh my god, come on.
Well, you certainly seem to know a lot about it.
Well, yeah, I know how to read about it in general, but alright, so there we go. So now we have our computer here.
So you guys know whenever he's working on your computer, he does a lot of research, which is great.
Let's try Windows 10. How bad? You know what? I'm feeling ambitious. Let's try Windows 11. Do I have anything that would work for this? Let me see. You may be asking, how does he even know what he's looking at? I personally don't. I just figured it out along the way.
I mean, me personally too. I'm a Linux Mint fan.
It's a nice operating system. I have nothing against it.
It's very nice.
It breathes life into old technology.
Right.
You can also just put like an older version of Windows if you just don't connect it online because you don't have any security support.
Right.
All right, so now we're going to turn it on, and I believe the boot key for this would be F12. So function F12. There we go. You see how it's white now? It's highlighted. So there you go.
Very nice.
Let me just clean the screen a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Ah, it just turned off. That's nice. Let's try again, shall we?
Now, when you get that, what do you call that? I mean, I think in the shop here we like to call those like hiccups.
Yeah, technology's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. This took a turn.
It's kind of an orange screen there. Like you just said, unpredictability is
Technology is always unpredictable.
number one here.
You just gotta help it along sometimes.
Let's see
And of
how
course, when we refurbish a device, if we see anything like this, we already red flag it, but
yeah.
could just be something loose in there, so we're gonna give it another chance here.
See, this is when I get most excited. Let's see how he saves its life. You know.
That is really weird. That hinge clicking could have something to do with it, but ooh, that sounds nice. I really know how to pick these computers, don't I? Come on. Yeah, it's acting up, so what we're going to do is... Oh. So we're just going to plug it. Try to jostle the connector a little bit, because it is using a universal charger, so... It's not exactly what it's looking for, but... If we could just get it working, that'd be great. Oh, there we go.
And what do you know?
People just tell me I have the magic touch with computers, I don't know.
that is an IT term that is used professionally called magic touch, but you know, at least you know what goes on behind the scenes.
The battery cannot be identified. It's a Dell battery, I assure you.
I was actually going to ask you about the battery because that was the last thing you snapped in there.
Yeah, it's not doing well. USB storage.
So
Now do you see that?
Let me see that
zoomed
screen real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does this mean, Mike?
We're trying to tell it where to go to find Windows.
Oh, okay.
Or in this case Linux, but in this case Windows. I got my little flash drive here, so we're just going to try the USB storage. Will it run... And keep in mind, Windows 11 has very high specifications compared to what this is, so I don't think it will run, but I think the minimum is 4 gigs of RAM, but this USB is made to bypass it, so we'll see if it works. I doubt it.
Okay.
It's trying, if you see the little cursor right there.
Yeah, we see that.
Oh my god. No way. No way. Well, see you guys later. No, I'm kidding. We're not out of the woods yet.
So what else do we got to do here? I mean, you got the Windows logo on. I mean that's the end of the...
No. You got to make sure it's actually going to work.
Right.
It could just hang here and then freeze and then break. If it did that, I'd be impressed that at least it loaded that far, but let's see. It may just freeze up and we'll be here staring here for the next 20 minutes, and in that case we'll go really, really fast and the voice will go like this and we'll go... You know, those like fast forward tracks? Yeah, it'll be like that.
Yeah.
Let's just see, though.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
No. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. So while that's doing that, let me find Windows 10. I think Windows 10 is going to be more suited towards this.
So you kind of just do it like trial and error?
Can we watch... Usually, I mean, with something like this, there is no guide online that said... Yeah.
Oh, wait a second.
There it is. It tried. It couldn't do it, unfortunately. So you need to know these things. So I'm just going to shut that down. So unfortunately, it didn't work. So then there's no guide online that says how to put Windows 11 on a Dell Inspiron Mini. They'll just tell you throw it away. I mean, that's what's different about us here at ImmortaTech Solutions. We take a lot of pride in making sure that your device works at any expense, basically, an extent, rather. So we make sure that it's going to work and be reliable for you. And if not, all repairs have 30-day warranties. So, and we are in Hamilton, New Jersey. So we don't own public shop, but you can get in contact with us with our links in the description of the video, and we'll be here to help you.
Cool.
Well, me, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Individualized service.
Yeah.
So let's try Windows 10, 64-bit BIOS. Made to work with this older BIOS on this Dell. Oh.
Now, honestly, in all my years of computers, I don't think I've ever... I mean, I know what a blue screen of death is, but I don't
That's not a blue screen. There's some hardware issue with this computer.
Oh, how can you tell? How can you tell?
Oh. Maybe I was just holding the function key. Maybe it didn't like it. Maybe a loose cable or something. I don't really know, honestly. I can just tell because it's before the... Blue screens happen within Windows. Like when Windows crashes. This is before that, so this is more of a hardware issue. Or maybe it's just a quirk of this laptop and it works fine otherwise. I don't know. Because I was holding the function key while we were starting. Maybe it was getting a little frustrated by that.
Right.
So it's trying to boot off this. Let's see what it does. It's thinking about it. Obviously, these are the slow parts of the video. Maybe we'll speed them up a little bit, but... So I'm going to manually tell it to speed up a little bit. So we got this going now. Let's try a different USB port just to see if it works. And I'm telling it specific key combination so it knows what to do. Yeah, it only happens when I hold the function key. I wonder if I hold this power button, shut it down. It's called a hard shutdown. Soft shutdown would be through Windows or anything like that. So if I just don't hold anything. Yep, it just didn't like me holding the function key. I can't explain it. I don't know why, but...
Well, we all really don't know. I mean, you're really
just throwing guesses at the wind anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's just a quirk of this laptop.
Yeah, but this is professionally, you know.
I mean, even a professional wouldn't know why it's doing that.
Right. Sometimes you just got to walk away and say, hey, it's, you know.
It's an old computer, yeah. Oh! It just flashed for a second. Hope I didn't get in your way there. It's trying. I have another one here if that one doesn't work. Sometimes I wipe these and don't realize because you need a flash drive on the go and the customer needs your help. I do almost anything for my customers, so.
That's great.
Alright. I don't think that's working. It tried to for a second, but let's try again. Okay? That's an older version. Let's try that. Older flash drive. I'm not going to push the keys, obviously, until it boots. I think it's gotten its gremlins out now. It's ready to work with us. Another option is a 32-bit version of Windows, which requires only 1 gig of RAM. That'd be a lot better for this.
Oh, okay.
So I might have that as well. Let me take a look here. No, I'm kidding. Windows 10. Yep, that's it. You can tell I haven't used it in a while because it's not.
Now that's really interesting. Why is the RAM is a better fit for an operating system?
Well, 32-bit is made for 32-bit processors that use less they use less RAM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, did it just give up on us here? Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, so I'm gonna swap this out. Because it may only be a 32-bit processor with the... There's 32-bit and 64-bit processors, basically. I'm not gonna explain everything in value. You could use Google for that, but you get the idea.
Right.
So 32-bit's older, and it's not supported on Windows 11 anymore. Windows 10 was the last to support it. Let's try this drive. Oh? It's trying. Oh. Alright, let's try this again. See, it's a lot of trial and error with these types of things, unfortunately.
Right.
We may cut some of this out and just make it like, oh, look, it's working, you know?
I don't know, man. I think this is cool to keep this on, so you can show our fans or your fans what what actually happens behind the scenes. Like, they think it's just a quick fix all the time, and it really...
And then they might be like, why is it $100 to fix something that should be simple?
Yeah. And
oftentimes it's not simple, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can honestly say as a professional, too, when you're really out there in the world and really fixing this stuff, I mean, it gets really tedious and really, like, it can be a real headache.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's really...
Look, we already went through 3 USB drives, and I'm still not giving up.
Yeah,
For my fans.
Right.
See.
There you go.
So, let's try the next oldest one, I guess. We could try Windows 8, maybe. Do I have Windows 8 on here? I have almost every operating. I even have Mac OS on here. Oh? Oh?
What kind of screen is that now?
That's an error.
Error message?
Yeah.
Let's check that out.
You know, I don't think it likes our Windows 10 installation. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's... That's what I was saying. I like Linux Mint. I mean, I thought that was probably the best choice for this. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but the problem is most people aren't used to Linux, so we gotta think what the customer would need. So in this case, we gotta find maybe Windows 8.
Right. Customer's always right.
If they're paying for me to fix their computer, whatever they want me to do. Yep. Oh boy, this one's really stuck on there. I'm gonna see how I can get this one off. This one hasn't been used in a while, I think. What time are we at anyway?
Well, actually, I don't know what time it is at night here.
No, I mean at the recording.
Actually, I don't know. I can't see the time here. I think we've been going for about 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay.
Which
well,
is
we'll
fine.
wrap it up soon.
Which is fine. It's fine. Take your time. This is what really goes on, and this is why.
Not every job is a quick, easy repair, like just swapping a drive and installing Windows.
Yeah, really.
Especially with these older computers. I'm trying to make it run something it's not made to run. So
yeah, especially for you guys out there that want to go pro, at any level, even if you're fixing.
You need to know that you're gonna need to have patience.
Yeah, even if you're doing it for one of your family members and you're not getting paid for it, you gotta have a lot of patience for this stuff because it's very serious.
Yeah, people's information, their sensitive information, you need to be very careful of.
Yeah, it's not always as glamorous as it looks, as Michael makes it look,
I do.
Well, he knows the answer to everything, basically, so,
I don't know about all that, but I know a few things.
Well, I'm just saying that because I'm a fan.
Oh, okay. First fan?
Yeah. All right, so we're booting back up here.
Yeah, so we're trying to go to Windows 8 now.
All right.
64-bit of Windows 8.1, actually. Okay, I know the battery's bad. You don't have to keep telling me.
Right.
Let me get it. What's funny is it's saying you can boot from a CD drive, but there is no CD drive.
Right.
Oh?
Okay.
Okay. Windows 8 might work. That's a lot better than what we've gotten so far. It might take a second to get the spinning wheel, because...
We are spotting land.
Land ho! No.
There we go.
Not yet. It might crash, honestly. I think we might just have to try Windows 7 on this.
Now, why would you say that it still crashes at this point? What is the...
It just can't handle Windows 8. It's too weak.
Right.
So now we gotta look for Windows 7. So if a customer brought me this with a dead hard drive, this is basically what we would go through here. We would determine what works on it by... Oh! No, Windows 8 works. Okay. Don't touch it.
All right, we got the wheel on there. There we go.
It's similar to Windows 10. It was like the predecessor to Windows 10. Okay, so, and it looks like a tablet. It's like using a tablet, which is nice for the small laptop, actually. Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
All right, guys, let's save this laptop.
All right. Good job, man.
Oh, thank you. All right, so install now. Will it recognize our drive? That's the next problem. Sometimes they don't recognize a drive. Especially these for some reason. I don't know why. Alright. Wow, this is even slow for a solid state drive.
Yeah.
This computer's very, very...
Primitive?
Yeah.
Well, like I say too, I mean, I have experience. And,
I mean, heck, bring one of those HPs over real quick.
Oh, okay.
Something that's not that much bigger, maybe like 3 inches larger on the screen.
This guy?
No, the one's below it.
Oh. Okay.
There we go. So I want to show you a refurbished computer. So there's definitely better options out there. As you can see here, this is one of the HPs we refurbished here. Business grade. We got our nice little sticker on here and everything. And, yeah, touchscreen, track point, Windows 11. Very fast. I'll show you. I would boot it up, but we got to go back to this job. But, yeah, I mean, not much difference in size and way more power.
Right.
And we sell these for $150. So.
Oh, cool. Well, also, it depends on the customer. If the customer
customer's like, this is my grandfather's laptop. I just want to type. It's sentimental. Great, let's do it.
Right, exactly.
I had a customer come to me that had a 2007 laptop. It was his first ever laptop. He had retired a couple years ago. He finally wanted to do video editing on it. So, using Windows XP, I got him some Windows XP programs.
Cool.
So, having a wide knowledge of technology really does help in this scenario.
Right.
Alright, so now we're just going to clean up this drive. So we're getting rid of all the partitions on here. It looks like it's an 80 gig drive. That's nice. So we're just basically... You got a good view of that?
Yeah, I'm zooming in, yeah.
So basically you're just removing all the partitions so it's ready to be wiped and installed too. And there we go. And once we get... it might take a minute to install, so... Thank you guys for tuning into this video of ImmortaTech Solutions. This is episode 2, and what can you do with this computer? Well, you can install maybe a little bit more modern of an operating system, such as Windows 8, and you can do basic tasks like typing. Trying to web browse on this wouldn't be risky because, especially with banking or anything like that, because you have no security updates to this anymore. Oh, maybe it's going to be quicker. Maybe I don't have to end here. We'll be back to you in 1 second. Thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of ImmortaTech Solutions, Tech Tips and Tech Repairs. So as we see here, just to recap, we got Windows 8.1, pardon me, running on this Inspiron Mini by Dell. So yes, don't throw away your old computer. Let us save it at ImmortaTech Solutions. Link in the description, contact us. Thank you.